Hey guys, so I'm what some people might consider an Apple fanboy, and it's true, I do like me some Apple. So what happens if an Apple fanboy tries to build an epic gaming PC and a setup to match? Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it once.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been sitting on this script since July of 2023. Hear me out. Around the beginning of last year, I kind of developed this sudden itch to get back into gaming. The thing is, I used to game quite a bit back in university, mostly shooters. Now, I'm getting kind of old, so that's, it's a while back, okay? Let's just leave it at that. Anyway, ever since I started working, started my professional career, I decided it was time to give up gaming. I wasn't gonna have time for it, and after we had kids, forget about it. No time, right? Wrong. You gotta have something to help you relax. You need to be able to give your brain some time away from all of the work stuff and the family stuff and the kids stuff and all the other stuff that's fun and that we love, but that can also be pretty stressful at times. And yes, I go to the gym and that's great. I really enjoy that, but it's not the same kind of relaxation. And ever since I started this YouTube channel back in 2020, I've been seeing a lot more gaming stuff again, and a lot of my YouTuber buddies are into gaming, and it started rubbing off on me a little. I wasn't even sure if I would still be into gaming, so what I did was I picked up a Nintendo Switch, to dip my toe into the gaming water again and see if I even still liked it. Well, turns out I do's. But I was missing the fast-paced action games I used to play, and I wanted something with better graphics. But yeah, I'm a Mac user and have been for many years, and everybody knows that Macs aren't great for gaming. And even though Apple seems to be incorporating gaming more into the newer Macs, especially with these new M chips that are pretty capable, they're just not there yet, and the catalog of available AAA games is still very, very small. So I decided to go and try and build my very first gaming PC, and I figured if I'm gonna do this, I might as well go all out. So I watched a ton of YouTube videos on how to build a PC, searched for the best components I could find, and this is what I ended up with. So for the case, I chose the NZXT H7 Elite. I didn't spend too much time on that, I just wanted a black case with a transparent wall that was big enough to host all of the parts. For the motherboard, I got the Asus ROG Strix X670E because of the I/O. It has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi 6E, a socket for the Ryzen 7000 series, DDR5 memory slots, etc, etc. The processor is a beefy AMD Ryzen 9 7950X. I got 2 sticks of 32 gig DDR5 memory, delivering a combined memory of 64 gigs. We have 2 terabytes Samsung M2 SSD, and of course the engine of our operation, the GeForce RTX 4090, also by Asus. Now, because this is a pretty power-hungry setup, I got this 1000 watt Asus ROG Strix power supply unit, and to cool it all, we have the Corsair H170i Elite liquid cooler with LCD screen because I want to see if we can get our logo in there. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with a half-hour step-by-step video on the build, but I am gonna leave you with this little 80s montage.
We can cry when it's over.
Now, the moment of truth, of course, came when I tried to turn this thing on. Everybody told me to prepare for failure and some serious troubleshooting. I guess I got lucky and everything just seemed to work fine the first try. I did have to make some small adjustments along the way, like the triple fan cooler I got was too big, so I had to replace it with a smaller one, and the case needed way more of that LED goodness, so I replaced all of the non-LED fans with LED ones, and I got these nice trimmer cables to make it all look a little more fancy. The final change I made was to the case itself. While I really liked the black, the glass was too dark for my taste because it didn't show enough of the insides. I didn't want to get an all-white case though, because I do like the black, so I decided to get the exact same case in white and then Frankenstein the parts together, and I actually really like the way it turned out. Right, it works. So now what? I wasn't really sure how to turn this into an interesting YouTube video, so I didn't. And I felt kind of bad about it because I was sent this really awesome 48-inch behemoth of an OLED monitor by a company called Innocent. I hope I'm not butchering that name. And I really liked it. The image is one of the crispiest ones I've seen, and the size just makes it all pop even more. So I really wanted to show you guys this monitor, but yeah, I couldn't find a reason to do this video. Remember, I told you I was sitting on this script since July 2023, which is when I built this thing. But what I did do in the meantime is a bit of gaming, and I've been thoroughly enjoying that. Now, fast forward to a couple of weeks ago when I was approached by a company called Secret Lab, which I'm sure some of you will know, to review their Titan Evo gaming chair and their Magnus Pro XL gaming desk, which, by the way, is freaking amazing, but we'll get to that. And instead of saying no, I took the opportunity to finally start building a full-blown gaming setup here in the studio. And it turned out really great. See, until then, I just had the PC sitting on this ginormous desk that's basically just a massive slab of wood sitting on top of some motorized legs, basically to accommodate this massive screen. But I wasn't really feeling it. So yeah, this was a great opportunity to put together something really nice. The Magnus Pro XL gaming desk arrived in this huge box, and I expected it to be a real pain in the neck to put together, but that wasn't the case at all. All the parts as well as the tools were really neatly organized, and the instructions were dead simple. What makes this desk so attractive to me is the built-in cable management tray. Before that, I basically just attached my cables to the bottom of my wooden desk with a staple gun. Obviously not the cleanest solution, but it kind of worked. So having something like this built in is just great. One of the columns of the desk has a single power supply, which then powers the entire desk and provides a socket for a power strip, which can then be hidden away in the cable management tray. All of your cables will go into the tray, plugged into the power strip, and there is literally not a single cable in sight. Whenever I need to reach my cables, I just open the tray like this and fold it back down when I'm done. Adding this custom LED strip makes it look even cleaner. I don't think it comes standard with the desk, which is modular, so you can pick and choose the accessories you want with it. What's cool about this strip is that Secret Lab partnered up with Nanoleaf, so you can use their app to control it, as well as of course all of your smart assistants if you wish. Secret Lab also sent me the PC mount for underneath the desk, which is a really clean looking solution for my rather large case. It's tucked away nicely, but it still shows enough of the PC so I can enjoy all the RGB goodness. Lastly, they sent me this desk riser, which I installed right away. I use desk risers on pretty much all of my desks. They provide a ton of extra space, and it just looks really clean. It attaches very easily inside the cable tray, so it all looks like it's just one single unit. The little corner in my studio that I picked for this little gaming setup looked a little bland, you know? So I decided to order some acoustic slat panels to make it all look a little warmer and a bit more inviting. The best thing about this whole cable management and PC mount combo is that it allows me to actually use this as a sit-stand desk without having to worry about cables not being long enough. There just aren't any in sight to worry about, and they all move up and down with the desk. By the way, I love that you can program different heights, so a single press of a button always brings it exactly to where I want. Now, I really tried to make the Innocent monitor work on this desk, but it is simply too big. You need an extremely deep desk like the wood desk I made, or mount it to the wall or something, otherwise you're too close to it, and for me, that just doesn't work. Now, a lot of amazing OLED monitors have been dropping lately, but none of them are available for purchase at the time of filming, so I opted for this 34-inch Alienware widescreen monitor, and I absolutely love it. It has been on my list for a little bit, so it was the perfect excuse to get one. Games look stunning on it, especially paired with this beast of a PC. I've been able to run any game on the highest settings without any issues. Everything looks amazing, and I have yet to experience a single lag or stutter. This was definitely not a cheap PC build, but the effortless performance makes it worth it for me. I did take the stand off the monitor, it was just a little too big for the riser, but the Secret Lab monitor arm fixes that completely. It attaches to the actual riser itself, so that's a really neat solution, and now I can move the monitor to hover over the riser perfectly center. Now, a desk, a PC, and a monitor don't make a gaming setup. Most importantly, we need to get our audio sorted. At my home office, I have these really nice KRK Rocket 5s, so I thought I would order the same ones for this setup, sticking with the whole black and white theme I've got going on. But when they arrived at the studio, I noticed that I accidentally ordered the much bigger Rocket 7s. I decided to try them out on the desk anyway, and I'm really digging that oversized look they bring to it, so I decided to keep them. For the mic, I went for the white Shure MV7, which is basically the little brother of the iconic Shure SM7B. A nice little bonus of this mic is that you can hook it up via USB, so it can be used as a plug-and-play style solution as well. I decided to use an XLR cable instead, since I want everything to run into the same preamp. Powering the entire audio setup is the Rodecaster Duo, of course also in white. For the more immersive gameplay, I got the Logitech G Pro X2 Lightspeed headset that I can use either wired or wireless. To hang them from my desk, I'm using the Secret Lab headphone hanger, which also attaches to the desk magnetically. I love the way they made this magnetic theme work. It's sturdy enough to hang stuff off of without having to worry about it falling down, but with a little force in the right place, it pops off easily, so you can reposition it as many times as you like. To play my controller games, I picked up a DualSense Edge controller, which fits in really nicely with the overall aesthetic of this setup. I already had the Logitech keyboard and the mouse combo, which I really liked, so no need to replace that. What you don't see in this setup is a mouse pad, and that's because the Magnus Pro came with a leather magnetic pad that covers the entire desk, and I kinda like the way the mouse slides over it, so I decided to leave it as is. Plus, the fact that it's magnetic means it will not move an inch whatsoever, which is great. Now, there was one thing missing that would make this setup really pop, and that's a neon sign. If you've been to the channel before, I'm sure you've seen my Let's Ramble neon. It's a custom one made by a company called Yellow Pop. They're not a sponsor, I paid for it with my own money, but it's been great and still going strong. So I decided to use the same company to create a custom neon for the gaming setup. After putting some thought into it, there's one phrase that is just perfect for this setup: make time. It really has a double meaning for me. On the one hand, because I really don't like it when people say I don't have time. Time's infinite, you can't run out of time. You just need to prioritize better, so make time is a phrase you'll hear me use very frequently. But in this context, make time is actually more of a note to self. Like I said at the beginning of the video, gaming really helps me get out of my own head and relax a little bit, but I'm a busy person, so I need to remind myself to actually make time for it. Oh, and I almost forgot one of the most important parts of this setup, the gaming chair. The Titan Evo by Secret Labs is a hefty chair, but it was super easy to put together. Now at first, I was a bit skeptical because it feels quite hard when you sit down on it, but the more I use it, the more I actually appreciate the medium firm seat base. I can spend a few hours in this chair and my back feels completely fine, and it's actually surprisingly comfortable. It's fully customizable, and with the magnetic neck pillow, it's just perfect for those longer gaming sessions. So guys, there you have it, my little slice of gaming happiness. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it one of these. It really does help the channel. Subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.